Hey, wake up! It's your president here. I always want a woman to say to me something like, it's small. And then I always wanted to use the line, the better the woman, the bigger it gets. Well, I wasn't ever able to do that because all women can see is themselves. Oh, my breasts are too big. Oh, my ass is shaped like a peanut. Oh, my legs, look at these terrible legs. I have to live with these. Well, that one was kind of the leg one. She didn't have a chance because that was the one I mentioned in another video that where she said, where did it go? She had some kind of really weird problem, not the 2.5 men thing where there's too much down there, but there was like almost nothing there, like you need to start off with a popsicle stick or something, or a toothpick and go to a popsicle stick. So many problems with people. Blame God for it, and I'm trying to get that Your Girl going on, and what God has is a mess, and you're gonna love it. What I have for you, I got the sun going up and down the clouds here, so it'll keep getting dim and light. It's not the camera. Real Psychology, Gary York. I took on your presidency a couple of months ago when the Dirty Dozen out there in New York claimed the governorship for their head cunt. Those type of women are a similar woman that'd be lifting the back of their shirt back up to a black man to have a black man touch their bare back while they're giving the FU glance to the white men. And that is a fact. You've got two sides to every story, and this is a white thing of jealousing white men. I have to hold with both hands because my hands shake. Yeah, I took on your presidency, your second coming. It was not anything so spectacular, not spiritual. Look at that darn Bible for what it is. It's a history book. Look at motive. You people cannot understand sequence. What a pain in the ass. Hey, what are you getting up for? Oh, he's got to go download Geraldo. Get back there, hold it in. At the end of the video, you can have a harder jump and fall down a Frank Azar and go bowling with it. Oh, he wants to do both so that he can, the two pieces of shit can go bowling together. All right, well, one time a woman, let's see, Target, Cactus Road and 44th Street maybe, go in there and immediately two muscle men are following me through the hallway. No reason why. Except this. One of them asked me, what do I want? Oh, okay, I'm looking for a dash mat for the truck. Just material to cut up, make a dash mat. The dashboard was falling apart. They're following me through the store. I get the line to go out to have my material for the dash mat. And the man did know where the material was at. So I got it. And as I was leaving, the woman at the cash register, I was about 8 feet away. She said, don't let the door hit your ass while you're leaving. And that little piece of shit, Geraldo, Rivera, I think he'd have gone back there and punched out that son of a bitch right then, because she had no right, no reason to be talking to me that way, and I'm not going to forget it. And he probably would have just adjusted that stupid mustache and walked right out the door and started back lying. No man should ever hit a woman, or whatever the hell he said. You've got law, it doesn't make sense. This is real psychology, sophisticated psychology. And what I'm doing here is giving you some opposite mind frame. I'm trying to teach you to think. You take both sides of the story, you think, you figure it out. Right now, your game psychology, wow, my voice echoes off that guitar there. But you've got game psychology. I'm teaching you real psychology. That's what Jesus was teaching. That's what his friend Lucifer was teaching. The government killed both of them. They needed a lie. And they made up, oh, gods and devils, and oh, Jesus liked it, no, Lucifer was going to and fro in the world, seeking whom he may devour. That is connotation. That tells you nothing to make a decision by. You people don't know anything. I'm trying to use up this video here. We got 946. Use up this chip, and it's going to be done by 10 o'clock. And you've got to learn, you've got to learn, you've got to learn. You can take your information you have, shut up. When somebody tells you something new, Jesus was only a man, but he was a different kind of man. Gary York is only a man, not a son of God, not floating around in the clouds, unless you want to decide that what the internet is holding is the cloud. That's what they call it. So do it that way. See me as your second coming. You're done with religion forever. Because I am only a man, but I have a different way of thinking. You take in all your information, you figure it out, you weigh between the two. As I say, when the Dirty Dozen came through in New York, well, what the hell? I claimed the presidency 2 months ago, and you can respect me worldwide as the President of America and the rest of the world. Respect me as a teacher, as your second coming. And you're done with religion, because it wasn't, oh, a spiritual event and Jesus liked suffering. No, he didn't. He called out for water. And unfortunately, the productive working people are the same trash that military and police are. Jesus was a productive working man, did construction work. That means you should. He didn't do military on the side, carrying a bag of rocks and run around the gang attacking an individual. The difference of police and military. Military, you probably got somebody fighting back, unless you're hiding in outer space in a plane dropping bombs on who knows what. Your police are generally attacking an innocent victim, one victim that cannot defend and refuses to defend. I always have. What do we got here? Yeah, last my intern here, did you find out if Deborah Normal was a man or a woman? I mean, nothing on the internet? Well, you're no good. You're too fat anyway. You can't fit under the oval table. Well, you still can't move once you get under there. You're out of here. What do we got? Yeah, there you go. Man not allowed to a trial. You got a man in Colorado. Here's your date right there, right today. Man in Colorado, they said the same thing they told me and Jared Loughner. They said, you can't have a trial until we load you up with risperidone. And that's apparently what they're doing to somebody else. I think it was Boulder, Colorado. I'm not sure. He shot a bunch of people in a grocery store, and similar to Jared Loughner in Arizona. They wouldn't let either one speak. You have a chance again. I've never done anything wrong in my life. To get me a charge to go to jail, they had a professional lawyer that was a attorney for workman's compensation. In other words, he was a professional of 68 years, scamming and cheating of fake workman injuries, fake injuries. And they got me in jail and prison under a fake assault charge to steal my home. $300,000 home then, $500,000 now. That belongs to me. You don't have equity in your home. I had 100% equity in my home. And all of you need to realize that the Phoenix police sold it back to themselves for $95,000 according to the story. All of it illegal. We need to get back to Chase Bank, American Family Insurance, and all their illegal events. I've been looking into one 2 years ago. 9/11, Phoenix police tried to crash my car in the parking lot. So I got with Kate Gallego, and on the video, then they finally called me. Desert Horizon Precinct, I got a sergeant and an officer that were apparently guilty of this event. And now we need to know, and right now I won't mention the names. I should be able to. They're both public employees. But right now I won't. Your job is to call Kate Gallego. Say, pursue this. What was behind this? Why did this sergeant tell an officer to be crashing my car? We had an officer, T. Olson, outside my door. My home had been burglarized on 10/16 of 2007. And these events have been going on all my life and bragged all my life. He stood outside my door and very carelessly saying that he had told the neighbors to watch the burglary happen. And sure enough, I went to the neighbor to the east of me told me the whole story. Explained he watched the burglary, and told his partner to be ignorant to me, and there his partner was, and all I could do was watch it. I even put a sign on the lawn of this man, and they never got back to me on that. And they're hiding out, and they shouldn't be allowed to. We need to get in a close friendship with our police officers and our police force, and no more distancing. Oh, it's one of their own. They have a big parade and a party. Here's an officer, a deputy. Oh, gee, I guess he was dead or something. We're renaming a bridge for a deputy. This I heard, I think, local in Colorado somewhere recently. They should be putting the names of the people that built that bridge. And shame on that damn deputy out causing trouble all his life and being glorified by the TV set. Let's get some opposite mind frames so that you can figure it out. Because you're not. They tell you one item on that TV. Abortion, not abortion. They never tell you, hey, fix the people. Fix the human being, Democrat, Republican. They never tell you, hey, Gary York has been running since early 90s. Here's something different. And so on and so on. It's all the time. 50%, 50%. No. What you need tends to be over here somewhere. And I saw a woman in Colorado Springs was able to make a terrible mess out of herself without even using fat to make a mess out of herself. And I won't describe in too much detail, but making a mess out of yourself is not the best way to go. It looked like a child had drawn on her leg with a red crayon. Anyway, what do we got? Mass shootings in Colorado. Okay, now's your chance. Here's your date on this, 10/12 of 2012. This is getting near the 1-year anniversary. I think it was 10/19 of last year that I started with the first video. I think it's about a 22-minute video, fading in and out. The volume will only go so high because the $80 camera didn't want to do things right. And this one is $800. Why isn't it giving me a flashing red light when it's only got 2 minutes left in that chip? Why isn't it not flashing quicker when it's got 1 minute left so I know? I don't want to flip that panel over to look on that. I want to see a light on the front of the camera. And telling me, and it doesn't do that. All of a sudden, maybe I'll hear a beep, maybe I won't. It's not significant. The camera lens will shut off, and it will shut off about 4 minutes after the video chip was already full. So you're going to see it shut off, and at one point, and I'll still be talking. Please get these cameras working right. The sound on these cameras, let me see. This guitar sounds worse than the cheap junk guitars. Let me see here. Let me see what that sounds like. This is a nice guitar, and it sounds terrible on that camera. And it's maybe a higher pitch than the other guitars I have. I don't know what's going on, but I'll see what that sounds like on there. You've got a long way to go. You can do it. Here we go. Two parents. I'm redoing some of the news here, and this camera's going to crap out probably already. Call Kate Gallego, 602-262-7111, the mayor of Phoenix. Tell her to get going on the Gary York project, and tell her we got names now. Call Gary York. We got some names to this stuff, and let's get to it. Now, girl's parents. Fairly attractive girl wants to make a drama, so she gets a guy that's going to beat her or something. Who called the police at the convenience store? Was it her? Was it an undercover agent of the police? And I'd like for you to look at some of that stuff. Start thinking. Is there a different thing going on to that story? The parents are all on the TV showing a matching tattoo that the dead girl has, and the tattoo didn't make any sense. What do the family all have a tattoo to try and get some of the glory of the fairly attractive dead body? And $1 million for heroes to be doing heroic things in a swamp, and apparently more than 1 million now. And this is what you should be focused on. The concept of worshiping heroes getting the bad guy. How long are we going to see that on TV? How long will history look back that here it is all about war? Oh, look at these heroes. And you women, instead of being jealous of a man, we already are men. Why don't you pursue being a woman in defiance of that damn TV and expect a better man? Did any of you women ever think about that? Expect a better man. I was just reading my Facebook and the woman said, oh gee, it's amazing how much they want you when you're leaving. Well, I tried to starve myself out probably 3-4 dozen times in 3 years of jail and prison. I was unjustly in jail and prison while the Phoenix police were stealing my house. None of it was legal, and I want my house back. So get with Kate Gallego, and that normally doesn't show up. Hopefully it will. Let's get this camera working right. I notice I have to turn them a little bit so the light doesn't reflect back. Let the words reflect back. But these are public employees. They're that have done bad things as your Phoenix police. But you have the chance again. This man is not being allowed to trial. You want him on trial, you want to learn what he has to say. He killed a bunch of people in a grocery store. Oh no, he can't go to trial, he's not competent. They told me that. They had a simple assault charge and said, oh no, Gary's not right to go to trial. He can't understand. A simple assault charge? No, what was really going on? Jared Loughner, this guy out here, me, all have complaints about government, and that was the one familiar item. So they're going to load this guy up on risperidone. I lost 50 pounds in 2 weeks and was stumbling around crying and apologizing to people that I didn't even have any business with. And that's what these drugs and these jails and whatnot do to you. And it is because the government is hiding. And Arizona government and Colorado government and government around the world, your Taliban over there near Pakistan, it's identical every time. And that is one great comfort for all of you. You all have the same problem, 8 billion wide. You look at the person next to you, no matter how jealous you are of them, they're identical to you. It appears that I'm the only one different, and I didn't ask for it. I didn't want it. I wanted to be a comedian, marry a beautiful woman. I'm obviously a gorgeous man. You got a mess here. You women need to see past yourself and see what you want. Oh, gee, you got your failures. Fine, good for you. What about me? I don't like the failures. And I complain about my failures. They seem to have vanished over the years, and here I am perfect at nearly 60. My birthday will be in a week and a half. And these videos have gone on a year. And I was looking on Facebook. Somebody has a stick drawing of this, and Happy Friday. They get all kinds of views and comments and thumbs up, whatever it is, and mine get very little. Like a little more each day, but it's like pushing the car to the store, loading the groceries in the back, and pushing the car back home. Why isn't this catching on? The reason why is because it is not game psychology. Your news medias are nothing but foolishness. CNN, MSNBC, Fox News is giving you an opposite, and I'm complaining about them a little less. But this Geraldo crap that's got the money to buy a whore that's going to keep her damn mouth shut, and so nobody else is allowed to hit a woman when they need to. That person is not that person, is not that person, is not that person. You all have different lives, you have different people around you, and law does not work. That's why they told you religion, atheism, religion, atheism. They did not want you looking at law as a problem. And this new one, I think it was in Boulder, Colorado, several months ago, he shot a bunch of people in the store, and they paraded the one dead police officer around. Shame on them. What about the productive working people? And where are the productive working people? Why is there no unity in good? There's only unity in bad. A police officer, murder, stalking, kidnapping. I've been victim of many of these items. Bullying, theft, and kidnapping, as I say, is worse than murder. I would rather be just murdered any day than have a lifetime of these pussies stalking me since I was 6 years old. I took the test going into first grade, and apparently now the Phoenix police are after me forever because of this. Jesus, because of this. Lucifer, because of this. And we're all people that just happen to be different. This mind frame will do without government. You no longer need insurances. You're not going to crash the car. You're not going to burn the house down. It's a different way of living. Friendship and happiness is the goal of real psychology. Power and money is the goal of game psychology. But what they don't tell you is that you're not going to get happiness, you're not going to get contentment, and you're going to have a lot of bills to pay, so the money that you're powering and money for is going anyway. And somebody told me the universe told him to buy scratch tickets to pay for his dental work. So recently he gave out $3,000 for scratch tickets and won $50. Well, you think he's $50 closer to getting his dental work done. And you are wrong. And we have a wonderful world ahead. You women, do you really want to be a piece of crap? In the early 90s, you wanted to divorce your husband, your equity in your house. You're going to sacrifice it to the Brahmin school and get a piece of paper, and now you're the breadwinner, and you're going to go get in bed with somebody's child, and you're going to be a cougar. And even when you found out that the TV had lied to you, you could not stop yourself. You couldn't move a different direction. You couldn't go back and fix it because your mind would not allow it. And you need to face up to the fact that this is the case. Amazing hero? Oh, Abraham Lincoln is a piece of shit, ladies. You're just stupid, that's all. Women, bland, failure, jealous. The same thing they did back then. The white man dominated, so he wrote the history books. And whoever's dominating the government is making that TV set. And you need to start complaining about those commercials showing you that the white man is just a shame and disgrace like Jesus at the right hand of the Father, and he doesn't even know who Mark is, and he's banging into the wall and saying stupid things. And the woman is on the left hand with the product, and she's a hero. And you need to get real. That might sound enticing. It's also called hypnosis. It causes permanent and very large brain damage, which is what you've all got now. I keep teaching you the same thing. Take your opposite mind frames and weigh between them. Try getting active. Call Kate Gallego and say, get going on the Gary York project. Here again, 602-262-7111. Call Kate Gallego, Mayor of Phoenix. Keep going on the Gary York project, and realize that there is no government entity. I did the last video explaining a murder. Murder has no deadline of what am I trying to say? Statute of limitations. And I'm able to tell you that on a YouTube video, and nobody goes after it because it's a murder done by government. There's nobody governing the government. Nobody policing the police. And shame on all of you productive working people for not having unity and intelligence. Get to it. Watch these damn videos. I'm going to see how much recorded here. You women, all you care about is your own self. Well, what about me?